Hello there, Vic Benedict here. We're playing Uncharted 1 on brutal difficulty. This is chapter 13 of 22. It is entitled Sanctuary. So the first thing we're going to do is just kick open this door. There's going to be 3 enemies over here. So hide behind the cover over here. And I'm not sure at what point the third guy spawns over there to the right. He may have been over there the entire time. But definitely use the micro as an expendable piece of arsenal, or you can just do what I do, is try to brutal combo him and fail, but it doesn't much matter because we're still going to come through with it in the end. Okay, now we're going to be picking up the pistol, and in a moment after we get the cutscene, we're going to be getting the M4 for the first time. It's a very powerful gun. In fact, we're going to get two new guns that I would highly recommend that you use. So first of all, we're going to go up these stairs, and then we're going to have some mercenaries that we're going to be dealing with. Now, feel free to use the pistol that you have as much as you want, the 9mm. But the first thing we're going to do is come up here inch by inch and hopefully try to get a headshot on this guy. And then when that's finished, we're going to come up here, spawn the mercenaries, and fall back, because it's important that you allow the one mercenary who comes forward to come forward all the way. Because what we want to do is we want to grab his desert. I'm not sure what it's called. Something desert something. We'll see it in a minute. Fuck you, man. I can't get this brutal combo. What's it called? The Desert 5. Okay, so now we're going to use the Desert 5, and we're going to use this as an expendable tool. And then after we do the fight, we're going to switch back to we're going to switch to a high-powered. I'm not sure what it would be. Maybe a Beretta or something like that. I'm not sure what sort of a gun it is, but it has the capacity to hold 60 rounds, and it's much more powerful than the 9mm weapon. But like I said, we're just using the Desert 5 to just kill these guys, so that we can then replace the Desert 5 with the like I said, the I'm not really sure what it's called. Well, we're gonna find out what it's called. But to avoid the laser sight, all you need to do is just it's called I don't know. It's called like the 925 or something like that. We'll see it in a second. There's just one more guy over here. There we go. Okay, so he's finished off. He's also got a Desert 7. So now just go around the environment, and if you want to, you can just keep the just make sure that you get the M4. Wait, do we have the M4? Yeah, we should have the M4. I know I've got the AK-47, but that's going to change in a minute. Now there's some ammo over there to the right. First of all, use this weapon as an expendable weapon source. So just, feel free to very liberally use this weapon. It doesn't matter, because once we kill all of the enemies that will appear over here, if Elena will get her shitty ass out of the way, then we can just turn around and then pick up the 925. So right over here, it's right next to the staircase. So now we have 50 rounds for this, and we're gonna jump down. And we're going to use combat a little bit, and we're going to pick up this Desert 5 again as an expendable source. Now, you can do the opposite of this if you want. If you want the Desert 5 and you want to use the 925 for an expendable weapon, go for it. But I would highly recommend, it's called the 92FS. The 92FS dash something, I don't know. But we now have an M5 with... an M4 with 40 rounds, and the N2SF with 60. So that's 100 rounds, but we're going to have to use them on this fight. So when you come in here, after a moment, they're going to seal off the area and ambush you. So I like to come over here a little bit and just be very conscious of not wasting too many ammunitions for yourself, okay? So just be very careful. See how quickly the M4 kills these guys? It's incredible. So what I do is I kill a couple guys on this side, and then I moved to the other side because they seem to congregate a little bit over there and hide behind boxes. Look, SWAT turn. See that? SWAT turn. SWAT turn, guys. Uncharted 2. Uncharted 3. Learn from your fucking mistakes. Why don't you have the SWAT turn? Anyway, these guys love to hide behind that box, so that's what you get for hiding behind that box. See how they kind of congregate over here sometimes? See, they also, 2 people hid behind that box. It's a hot spot over there. We did miss, but see, he hid behind it again. That's the 3rd time a bitch has been hiding behind that box over there. And then at this point, there's going to be, you know, any stragglers in the courtyard that you need to pick off. And then we're going to, at some point, switch to the SAS, which is another weapon that... So this stage has a lot of weapons that premiere for the first time. Now, if the SAS is in a position, and I'm talking about the higher powered shotgun, if the SAS is unreachable to you, just, you know, go with whatever you have. But I believe one of the enemies over here that we killed in this nice little safe area was a SAS. In fact, I think the SAS is right behind that box. You see the guys on the staircase over there? There's 2 guys manning that staircase across the way. Disregard them for the time being, because we want to take care of the guys up here who are aiming at us with that. I believe they're using the desert weapon. So here's the first guy right over here. Stay behind this piece of cover, and notice he kind of moves from his position. He goes over here to the left. You may see him in a moment. See how he went over to the left? You might not be able to see him, but he usually doesn't do that. So if he's messing around like that, just kind of move around and see if you can, you know, bait him over to the right. If not, just shoot him, because look, we have a pretty clear sight of him. But there's 2 of these guys. There's 2 of these guys, and the threat over here is that guy with the laser sight on the stairs. But we'll get to him by and by. Okay, so once we take care of this guy, then we're going to take care of the other one that's on the same level as him, just a little bit over to the right. Okay, I think he's dead. Okay, so the next guy is right... Where is he? It's hard to see these guys sometimes. Where the fuck are you, man? He'll come. Trust me, he'll come. He might not have spawned yet. There he is. He had to take a piss or something. But anyway, if you hide back over here, this guy won't be able to hit you. Now, we've taken care of everybody on the 2nd level. We've taken care of everybody on this level that's not on the stairs. So what we're going to have to do is, I would highly recommend, because we're going to be doing some close quarters combat, we've got 3 guys after this to deal with, so I would pick up the SAS. So, like I said, pick up the SAS. Just watch out for the laser sight. Here's the SAS right over here. Pick it up. Don't worry. After this fight, there's going to be another M4 around the courtyard somewhere that we could pick up. There we go. We've got 10 rounds with the SAS. And if you have zero ammunition when you pick up another weapon, the weapon that you had 0 ammunition for will disappear. So now we're wielding this very strong weapon. And I wasn't aware that I killed both of these guys with this shot. Not that shot, but I thought that maybe there was one guy that I didn't kill. There's 2 guys up there. I thought maybe I just killed one. So I'm being tentative over here. I'm trying to see if maybe he'll show his face. But there's one more guy that charges you at the end of this. And he killed me one time right before I did my next take that one. Okay, so these guys are both dead. It's very important here to have the SAS, because the spread of it will most likely put this guy down. And he comes charging up here every single time. It's like clockwork. So try to aim in his head area. He's finished, and then you're finished. So do not ever reset the checkpoint after that, even though when you consult the checkpoint, it might say like less than a minute ago, which means that it did save after the fight. However, when you reset that checkpoint and you respawn into the area, every gun that every enemy dropped is going to be gone. Okay, and also I've been experiencing, like I've been saying many times, weapons disappearing if you don't hustle to go get them. So, little bullshitty, huh? But that's what happens. So now we've got to use one of our rounds to shoot the barrels over here, but fortunately we can make up for it. So just shoot the barrels over here to let Elena through, and then replace your bullets. So now we have 60 and 40. That's damn good. That's very damn good. Okay, and now we're doing this very difficult part over here. This part took me about just shy of an hour. It was like 50 to 55 minutes. Anyway. Come on. Get your fucking ass over here. Can you walk a little slower? Shit. Okay. It's okay. She's coming. The wench is manning the winch. There we go. Okay, now, when you start, you want to swap your shoulders so that you're aiming over your left shoulder, or at least you've got the camera over your left shoulder. My favorite position to go is over here to the right, and there's going to be a bunch of black shirted mercenaries over here. So switch your shoulders when you get over here. Switch from the M4 over here to this weapon, and then start shooting people as they come over here. One of them has a shotgun. The rest have just a different assortment of weapons. I'm not sure what they all have. One of them may have an M4. Now, up and to the right, where we're going to go in a minute, there is a guy manning the stairs, and he comes down after you kill 3 to 4 enemies. I don't think it's him, but you'll hear him say something, actually. That means he's coming down the stairs, and it's this guy right over here. Right over here, you're going to meet. There he is, right there. So you need to kill him before you go up the stairs. So now that everybody's finished off, we're going to go up the stairs. Hopefully we don't run into any trouble where we keep gluing ourselves to cover when we don't want to. And now it's your choice. If you want to go for the sniper on this side, you can. But there's going to be another wave of 2 rocket launcher guys and about 2 to 3 more black shirted mercenaries. First thing you want to do, though, in case this guy gets in a lucky shot, is to take care of this sniper. So just quickly take him out, and then you'll hear the grenades being fired from the grenade launchers over here. And what you want to do is just stay behind cover. The SAS works really well over here as a backup weapon if these guys charge up the stairs, and I do believe they will if you're not fast enough. So here he is. See, this guy killed me once. See how they kind of come up the stairs? They know exactly where you are. And then just finish off anybody who's straggling around. And then the only thing you have to do now to get the checkpoint is to shoot the sniper over there. So just finish him off, and then we're going to go into the library. Now, it should be noted that this fight can be skipped. It can be avoided. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to, but I would feel bad if I didn't do it. And you should too. It's, why wouldn't you do it? It's actually a pretty fun fight. But if you don't do that fight, don't worry about it too much. Most people, they have their own ways of doing things. Anyway, this is a pretty unique fight because of the cover. It's kind of odd. So the thing that we're going to do, I like to just kind of stand over here, and the first thing we're going to do is just take care of the enemies with the laser sights. Notice that they're above and below. There's a SAS over here, and even though it's for close range combat, you could still kill enemies even if they're far away. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to pick up the SAS to take care of anybody that I can get my hands on, so to speak, down there. Now, I've got the stronger, the 92F, I believe, but in a minute, I'm going to swap out the M4 for the SAS just for a moment. And you're going to notice that when I drop it, you may have noticed that I dropped my M4, which didn't have too much ammo, and there's an M4 over there to the left. So I'm going to drop my my SAS. I'm going to pick up the SAS, which has 1 bullet, and then I'm going to get a fresh M4. Notice that gave me a full clip. So if I had just kept the M4, which had 0 rounds, and picked up the scraps that enemy dropped over there, I would have 3, maybe 5, maybe 4, who knows, M4 rounds instead of an M4 that now has over 30. So always utilize such like that. There's guys with shotguns down there, and it can be pretty dangerous. It really can, because of the odd cover. This guy's doing a little shuffle down there. These guys, and I did mention it in the last fight, but they're hard to hit because they move around so much. In this area, they're taking cover, but in that last area, I also wanted to tell you that there is a sniper rifle in the area that we just did too. But you really need to act fast, be very accurate, and just have a little bit of patience for that last part, because it's incredibly challenging. So I'm kind of debating about whether I should pick up the Desert 5. I'm aware that they're see how we just got 3 rounds for that. That's what you call getting scraps. And also when you're when you're glued to cover and you're aiming and you don't want to jump out of cover, what you need to do is just, while you're glued to cover, press the L2 button to aim, and while you're doing that, simultaneously press the circle button. That will just put you out of cover without making you roll out of cover. That's what you have to do. And I also haven't talked about, I don't believe, switching the did you see my premature jump for joy over there? I haven't talked about how to switch sights or shoulders with the sniper rifle. But I will talk about that, because there's a couple sections later in the game where it's going to pay off to swap your shoulders with the sniper rifle, and it's difficult because it's in like a first-person perspective, and you can't just press the shoulder button. It isn't too involved, but there's a specific way that you do it. So I think we've just got one guy left, and then we're going to do a very brief puzzle. I appreciate the fact that there aren't too many puzzles in this game, as I've mentioned many a time. Excuse me. Is he dead? Okay. All right, now we just got to move some statues around. I'm going to start at the eagle statue on the top right from our perspective. This is John, the eagle / John. You want to move him so that he's pointing east. See the compass in the middle of the room? Then I'm going to move over here to the lion mark, and we're going to point him west. The west is the circle, the 0 icon. And then over here, we're going to be moving the cow Luke south, right there. And then the final one is Matthew the angel, and he needs to be moved north. And then once you've moved all these statues in the appropriate directions, the secret door will open, and then we're just going to be doing so it's not really a puzzle. You're just kind of moving 2 daggers. They're either pointing up and you move them down, or vice versa. I'm not too sure, but that is the totality of Sanctuary, guys. Sanctuary with a question mark. Was it Sanctuary? Was it good for you? Was it horrible? Do you condemn the game now? Do you think you're good? Well, if you did that, I would say that you are good, and you're good to go now, guys. Take care.